Hello everyone, I'm Trung with VTV International. You're watching the English Bulletin, VTV News for the latest events related to Vietnam. First, let's get you up to date with headlines. FDI attraction in Vietnam focuses on quality for sustainable development. And later, overseas Vietnamese in Russia hold meeting to support the sovereignty of their homeland. On to the first update of the hour. Over the last 5 months, the southwestern region led the country in foreign direct investment or FDI attraction. FDI is said to generate new sources of production and also breakthroughs in growth. However, enterprises need to remember that FDI attraction should focus on quality, not quantity, to ensure an independent and sustainable development.
The Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee has just approved Samsung's project to build a factory worth over $1 billion at the Ho Chi Minh City High-Tech Park. To invest in the park, businesses need to satisfy requirements in terms of technology, not only focus on production.
We refuse every project which only focuses on assembling. We welcome projects which also promote scientific research. We need a roadmap to promote locally made products and our support industry as well.
The Vietnam-Japan Techno Park in Hiệp Phước Industrial Park in Nha Be district is worth $31 million. It took the project's investors more than 2 years to get the investment license after commitments on environmental protection were made.
We found that the Hiệp Phước Industrial Park holds a strategic position. It's a trend in the world that companies do not produce goods which only contribute to their GDP, but goods which can sell well around the world.
Localities always vie with each other in attracting FDI. However, they now select projects more carefully and treat investors equally.
We have issued many preferential policies but not controlled them well. Sometimes we also fail to treat investors equally. We need to establish and maintain a necessary balance among factors.
Green industry is what Ho Chi Minh City presently targets in attracting FDI. Like other localities, the city is also urged to select investment projects more carefully and focus on the project's quality to promote a true and sustainable development for the economy.
Singaporean companies in Ho Chi Minh City currently account for the highest amount of foreign investment, with 700 projects worth over $7 billion, equal to 30% of FDI poured into the city. In addition, Ho Chi Minh City regularly hosts economic activities to boost trade between the two countries, proving it to be a potential long-term investment destination for foreign businesses.
For the Singaporean New Toyo aluminum paper packaging company, although its annual growth rate only ranges from 5 to 8%, the company has invested over $8 million to build 3 factories in Ho Chi Minh City area. In the near future, the company plans on improving the working environment for its employees, as well as market researching to increase its investments.
Ho Chi Minh City is a financial hub, and the city government has many policies to solve our problems. In addition, there's a young and well-educated workforce, which is a great resource to help businesses during a period of increasing globalization.
In the first 5 months of 2014, Singapore already invested in 9 new projects worth $200 million, accounting for 31% of FDI into Ho Chi Minh City and making Singapore the leading investor into the city.
Well, I chose Vietnam because obviously it's a land of opportunities for many years now. It's a country that's developing. There are many strong factors about Vietnam which encourages people who want to invest.
Yeah, Ho Chi Minh City is actually the financial hub of Vietnam. In fact, for CapitaLand's, our headquarters is in Ho Chi Minh City. Yeah, based on the business activity, you can see a lot of foreign companies actually they have present in Ho Chi Minh. So for us as a real estate company, we like this type of markets. There are a lot of foreign buyers and also local buyers.
Ho Chi Minh City also regularly hosts business forums to boost trade, such as recent Vietnam-Singapore Business Forum, to connect investors from the two countries and increase investment opportunities for both Vietnam and Singapore.
Singapore is the economic hub in the region and home to regional offices for major global corporations. Trade between Vietnam and Singapore will also bridge the gap between Vietnamese businesses and many international corporations.
With a stable economy and promising economic conditions, Ho Chi Minh City is believed to be an attractive destination for FDI companies.
Wood and timber products exports are expected to hit $10 billion by 2020, according to an action plan for developing the wood market approved by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Nguyen Ton Quyên, General Secretary of the Vietnam Timber and Forest Products Association, Vietforest, believes Vietforest will beat this goal, reasoning that the US, Japan and China are keen on Vietnam's wood products and the European Union has weathered the storm. Wood and timber product exports are now fifth among the country's 10 main exports. Ministry of Industry and Trade statistics show that wood and wood product export earnings reached $2.42 billion in the first 5 months of this year, a 17.5% rise compared to the same period last year. The US, Japan and China are Vietnam's largest consumers of this kind of commodity, accounting for 66.16% of total export value. Vietnam's Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development hosted a conference on raising and selling trout fish in the Mekong Delta region in Cần Thơ City on Monday. The focus of the conference was to apply Decree number 36 on raising, processing and exporting trout fish. According to the decree, commercial trout fish farms must obtain VietGAP standard certification. The decree also requires trout fish export contracts to be registered with the Vietnam Trout Fish Association, who will provide export information of these contracts for the Vietnam Customs. The conference also discusses simplifying paperwork to keep business information confidential. Decree number 36 will take effect starting on June 20th.
Exotic Vietnam is an intriguing blend of many charms. This land is where all manner of stunning landscapes await like a visual feast, rivaled only by the beauty of its people and their abundantly rich tradition and culture. Here is where you can relive the past in richest color or live it up in the bright lights of the big city. With so much more to offer, Vietnam is simply unforgettable.
And welcome back to VTV News for the latest updates about Vietnam. On Sunday, Vietnam Television produced a special TV program themed The Motherland Seen from the Sea, with live coverage from Da Nang City and Lý Sơn Island. By sharing stories of people who are dedicating their lives to protecting Vietnamese seas and islands, the program sent out a message of peace to audiences across the country.
Real stories as captured through the lens or retold by those whose lives are bound to the sea. Among them are soldiers and fishermen with eyewitness stories of events and daily life around Vietnam's Paracel Islands. The Motherland Seen from the Sea program sends out a message of peace. I took part in the Pride of Vietnam Sea and Island program on Lý Sơn Island before. Today, I'm having another chance to connect with people and soldiers on the far-flung islands of Vietnam. Even though they live far away, they are close to our heart.
I feel happy and proud to be part of this program. All Vietnamese people want peace for the country, but we are determined to protect our sovereignty at sea.
The program also showcases evidence of Vietnam's sovereignty over the Paracel and Spratly Islands. Videos and images intermingled with music performances by famous artists paint a vivid picture of Vietnam's sea and islands.
Events like this help raise awareness among people on the mainland about life at sea. At the same time, this is a mental encouragement to soldiers and fishermen at sea, seeing how the mainland is constantly looking out for them and cherishing their efforts.
The program begins and ends with songs of peace performed by children. The love of peace is the thread that connects all stories in the program. It is also the bond that unites Vietnamese people in their mission to protect the national sovereignty.
Overseas Vietnamese in Moscow on Sunday held a meeting to oppose China's illegal placement of oil rig Haiyang Shuyou 981 in Vietnam's exclusive economic zone and continental shelf. Let's take a closer look in the following report.
Over 1,000 overseas Vietnamese, as well as workers and students living and working in Russia, participated in the demonstration. They held banners written in Russian, Vietnamese, and English to demand China to remove its illegal oil rig, honor international law, and defend Vietnam's sovereignty rights, and stop its aggressive and unilateral actions in the East Sea.
We'd like to thank the Vietnamese Marine Police and Coast Guard, as well as the fishermen who are doing their duties to protect Vietnam's waters.
At the meeting, many Russians also shared their opposition to China's illegal acts in the East Sea. I believe that China's actions in the East Sea that violate Vietnam's waters are wrong, and I'm here to support Vietnam. The protests expressed strong criticism towards China's government, but called for Vietnam to maintain friendship with the Chinese people.
We ask the Chinese government to honor international law and honor the relationship between the people of our two countries and not violate Vietnam's sovereign waters.
Prior to the event, the Vietnamese embassy in Russia worked with the Overseas Vietnamese Association and other local organizations to fundraise over $80,000 to support the Vietnamese Coast Guard and Marine Police.
In other news, Suối Tiên Amusement Park in Ho Chi Minh City hosted the closing ceremony for the Southern Fruit Festival 2014 on Sunday morning and awarded prizes for the visual art fruit contest. This year's festival attracted over 1 million visitors and sold over 400 tons of fruit. Highlights at the festival included the recreation of the Mekong Delta floating market and a 200-meter road featuring over 1,000 visual art pieces made from fruits. The festival aimed to promote the diversity of fruits of southern Vietnam, as well as the use of new technology to increase productivity and food safety. Up next, let's take a quick look at today's updated weather forecast. And this is the end of VTV News for this hour. Simply visit our website at vtv4.vn to rewatch any of our programs online. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now from Hanoi.